If I was to pick one word to describe the space, I would say tailored. To me, it almost feels like men's suiting, very detailed, fine lines, and the backsplash has a very textile appearance to it. That's what I see in the space. Others will see different things. The design process started with a plan. It's not necessarily a narrow space, but it's not extremely spacious enough to allow for a comfortable island. So we ended up with this galley style and L-shaped configuration. This enabled us to unify the space a little bit more and create a nice division between the social area of the kitchen and the functional area of the kitchen. A white kitchen needs a little bit more attention, I would say, than something with much more of a mixed palette. In a white kitchen, it's going to be about materiality, about textures, about finishes, how the connections of different materials. Also, this is more of a creamy white. It brings a little bit of a warmth to it. I think it has a little bit more longevity as well in terms of a design trend. And it is about bringing in more of a subtle design detail as opposed to a very strong design detail. The tile in the back gives it a nice texture. It's an interesting pattern. It's not something that you notice immediately when you walk into the space, but something that you notice later on and adds a little bit of depth and interest as you use the space or as you experience the space. I would say that my favorite thing about this kitchen are these very graphic elements of the wireframe shelves. This creates a nice openness to the space, visually calming because it's very clean lines, and it's always nice to have a little bit of open shelves for quick, everyday type of objects. The homeowners were not certain about the initial concept, ended up creating a wooden version as a mock-up in the workshop of these wireframe shelves, just to give a better physical representation of what it would be like. They ended up saying, okay, and I think they're pretty happy with the result. And in fact, the interest from this kitchen has led us in the studio to develop these shelves as more of a standardized product that we'll be offering in the coming months on our website. We always try different ideas. We always try to break convention or challenge convention. As a designer, I often get bored with the same tried and true design solutions, so we're always exploring different ideas. And it's always interesting when there's a homeowner willing to try something. I think what makes a good kitchen is not necessarily the materials or the finishes that get selected. It's more about the functionality of the space. A year after you've lived into your new space, you're going to focus on how the space feels on a day-to-day basis, how far you need to walk to get something, or how convenient it is to have cutlery drawers and plate storage next to the dishwasher as you're emptying it, or how the sink can fit a full cookie sheet. Those are the details that are going to be more relevant to you. To do a well-considered design is what makes a good kitchen.